Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome, come on in. I am jumping on my other device here. Just give me just a moment here. See if I can find me. It's coming up. Almost. Not sure why. There it is. There it is. I found it. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me live. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You have found me in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio, and I am so glad that you are here. You can catch me live, follow me here, and just know that Facebook only keeps these videos for 30 days. So if you want to keep up with everything that I have done or that is coming out, be sure to jump over to YouTube, like and subscribe my page over there as well. We don't want you to miss anything. So want to make sure you find me on all of the places. Okay, just grabbing my notes here real quick. And I forgot my class schedule, but I will go over the skeleton schedule real quickly with you before we get started on today's craft. First off, Stampin' Up! Is doing another virtual album retreat, and it will be held April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. If you would like to take part of that, you can order your products right now. You can jump online and order your products. That gets you items that you are going to want for the event. Excuse me. There are a few additional things that you will need besides what comes in the kit. I have the list here. Some of the stuff you may already have, so don't let the additional list freak you out. But if you would like to know more about that, I can get you that information. But again, you can order your virtual album retreat right now. The cost for this kit is $250. And that also gets you, like I said, into the class. Now, also know that not only do you get to watch the class live, but if you want to go back and rewatch things because you purchased it ahead of time, you will also get a link to the video so you can go back and watch it as many times as you would like. The kit number in order to take part is 168051. Again, this class will be online, so you don't even have to go anywhere. You can stay right in your own home. Again, the event starts on April 29th. So if you want to know more about it, let me know. I will get you the rest of that information. Another reminder from Stampin' Up! We are getting to the end of March. Wow, I don't know about you guys, but these months are just flying by. With that, slow down, Kristen, all these things going through my mind. Stampin' Up! Started back in December, product of the month, so we're coming to the end of March. So we're coming to the end of the March product of the month. The product of the month for March is a stamp set. How do you get the product of the month? Well, first you have to have an account online. So if you've not done that, you want to go online and get an account started. Then you want to go online and go shopping. How fun is that, right? Once your order before shipping and handling and tax reaches the $75 amount, it will ask you if you would like to see the product of the month. So, be sure to do that. Then the next thing you want to do, make sure you click add to cart. If you do not click add to cart, unfortunately, it will not be there. And yeah, that's not a good thing. So make sure you do that, okay? Now, before we get started, hold on. Product of the month is this one this month. It is a stamp set. It's got a deer, a goose, a rabbit, some greenery, and this like a swag type thing in here, and a couple of greetings. Now before we get started, what happens here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio? I hold classes here on most Mondays of the month. And I say most because every once in a while we get an extra Monday. This past Monday happened to be an extra Monday, so we did not have class here in the studio. But the first and last Mondays of every month, I do product-based classes. The products are different. The cards we do are different. And the fee is different because it's based off from the products that are chosen for that class. The product-based classes, you do need to RSVP with prepayment 3 weeks prior to the class because I have to order products and get them here for you to use to have them for the class. We as demonstrators are not allowed to cash and carry items. And so I need to get those ordered in. So that gives a little leeway for that. And it allows me to get your card kits ready. I cut all the items for you that you need. All the pieces of paper, the ribbons, embellishments, all the things, right? So all you have to do is show up when class is and have fun then. And you will have extra products to take home. Typically, with the product-based classes, what you will be receiving is the DSP, an embellishment, and a ribbon. Sometimes those vary a little bit, so don't hold me to all of that, okay? I go off from what Stampin' Up! Has offered in these suites. So if you'd like to know more about those, let me know. So mark your calendars for first and last Monday of the month for a product-based class. The first Monday in April, we are doing Cute as a Bug. And then the last Monday of April, we are doing Delicate Dreams, which is an online exclusive. So if you'd like to know more about those, please reach out to me. Second Monday of the month, I do my 10 card class. My 10 card class is a fabulous way to quickly grow your personal card stash at home so that when different occasions pop up that you're needing a card for, you have these in your box ready to go at home, right? This is what I consider a beginner level class. You do not have to have previous stamping experience to take the class. These are quick, simple, but super cute cards that you can have in your stash ready to go. The fee on that class depends on how many cards that you make. However, you are limited to one of each of the cards at class, okay? Because again, I have to prepare ahead of time. I don't know which cards you're gonna like, so I do one card per person of each. So that's 10 different cards. So it depends on how many cards you make, depends on what the cost is. With this one, you do not need to prepay ahead of time. You pay the day of class. I just need to know 2 weeks prior, like I said, because I have to cut your card kit and have it ready for you when you get here. The third Monday of the month, I do my 6 card class. We do 2 of each of the cards, but we do 3 different ones, okay? With this class, this is another great way to have cards added to your stash. These are a little bit more involved than my 10 card class, but again, it's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. The outside, the inside of the cards are all done complete. You also get the envelope, so all you need to do is write your personal message, add your own postage, put your address or who your recipient is, and get them in the mail. April, we will not be having this class in April because I am going to be out of town. I will be in Tennessee, riding the hills of Tennessee with our side-by-side. So we will not have that in April, but mark your calendars. Like I said, first and last Monday of the month, product-based. Second Monday is my 10 card class. third Monday is my 6-card class. And if there's an extra Monday, we all get a break. Not really. I'll be planning for my other classes. So I continue to work. You guys get the break. So, okay. So today, are you guys ready to get stamping? I have 3 cards to share with you today, and I hope you like these. These are great cards for men. However, they do not have to be specifically for men, and hopefully you will see that as we get started here. So, if you tend to get seasick, now's a good time to look away, get a drink, grab a paper and a pencil to take notes, whatever it is, as I turn the camera around and get us situated to start our crafting for today. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Hey, Dawn, welcome. Sorry. Hey, I could not see who was here till just now. Hello, my friend. All righty. Okay, let me have a seat here and we will get started. Just as a reminder, we are coming to the end of our catalogs. Yes, we will have a new catalog starting in May. I believe it's May 4th or 5th. Well, this one says it ends May 4th. So, yes, I believe it starts on May 5th. But we have our spring mini catalog. We have our annual catalog. But, oh, my gosh, do not miss out, you guys. There is a ton of online exclusives. So, with that, if you would like to see everything that Stampin' Up! Has to offer, please go online. There is a QR code right here that you can scan and take a peek at all the things that are online. If you would like to know what classes I have, you can scan this QR code, okay? Alrighty, so today's cards, let's introduce you to some of the items I'm going to be using today. I am going to be using some of this designer series paper, and if you have not gotten this yet, I forgot to look on the inventory status to see if this is available still. I believe it is. If it is, grab it. This stuff is amazing. It's great general paper to have. It's beautiful. I don't even have a whole pack left. Here's another one, and this side, and this side. And let's see, this is the back side of that one. Then we have this one and that one. And there is another one that was really cool that I used. So cool that I used it all up. But it's kind of, how do I want to say it? It goes from dark to lighter toward the top. And it's kind of textured looking. And then the back side is this new in color that I'm in love with, Secret Sea. But this paper is phenomenal. So, oh, wait, here's a bigger piece. So maybe you'll get an idea. Let's take a look. There it is. See how you can see how it goes from dark to light? Love this one. This is all I have left of this one. Yeah, so I'm going to be using this. Again, this is called Nature Walk 12 by 12 DSP. So we're going to be using a little bit of that. I am also going to be using one of my faves, Stylish Shapes. Yes, if you do not have this in your crafting supplies, add it on. This thing goes with any and all stamp sets that you have. It's a great general set of dies to have. You can see the stitching on these. I love this. Okay, so we're going to be using that. The star of the show today is our online exclusive for March. I know it's the end of the month, but it's not too late, right? So I wanted to show you what you can do with the product of the month for March, Notes of Spring. So maybe you can get your hands on it before it is gone, okay? So like I said, today's cards are going to be great for men, but they don't necessarily have to be for men. Now, in addition to the stamp set and the dies, let's talk about my ink colors that I'm using today. I am using quite a few ink colors today, just a warning, because of the nature theme, right? So, yeah, so let's talk about the colors. I'm using Mossy Meadow, I'm using Old Olive, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, Crumb Cake, Gray Granite, and Smoky Slate. Okay, so your ink pads this time is the majority, right? One stamp set, one die, a lot of different ink colors, and then I'm also going to be using another one of my favorites, and that is linen thread. I love using linen thread on just about everything because it goes with everything. It's a neutral color, so it just goes well with everything, right? So add that to your list too. You won't be sorry. So this first card, oh gosh, this first card that I am going to do with you, oh golly, did I forget it? I had a paper with the picture on it, and now do you think I can find it? Nope. So I must have left it over on the other table, but it's all good. I just wanted to show you where I got it. No, it's here. Psych. It's right here. This flyer right here. I'm going to do this card right here. Did you know that that's one of the best things about Stampin' Up? When you have their catalogs or go online, they have lots and lots of card samples, and they are there for you to craft from. So we are going to do some casing. I'm not using everything exactly like it is. I am putting my spin on it. Okay, so, but this is where the idea came from. So with your pieces, we are starting with a basic white base that measures 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So we are going to line up the corners. I'm going to move my foam mat for just a minute so that I can use a nice hard surface, so when I burnish the edge of my card, it lays nice and flat. I need a piece for the inside of my card, and today I'm going to use a little bit different size for the insides of my cards. These measure 3 3/4 by, I believe, 5 inches. They do, so that's going to be my inside piece. I need a piece of white that measures 2 by about 5.5 for some of my stamping. Then that Designer Series paper, I am going to use this pattern. Both of these measure 3 3/4 in length, this way, 3 3/4. One is 1/2 inch, one is 3/4 of an inch, okay? So with the scraps, let's get started. I need to find my scrap paper. I know it's white on white, but just give me a minute. I want to protect my foam mat so it does not get all yucky on me. And you'll see why, because I need to do some stamping off. So I'm going to grab my deer image, and I'm going to ink up my deer. With this particular stamp set, I like to do my outline first, ink up the inside, stamp it off, and then look down through the block and line up the edge, and then you can stamp your deer. Okay, so there is that one. Then I need a rabbit. So that was Crumb Cake. I am going to be using Gray Granite. Okay, so I'm going to open up the Gray Granite. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I thought I lost something. It's all good. Okay, we're going to ink up the rabbit. And we're going to stamp the rabbit down, okay? And then we're going to take the filler for the rabbit, and we're going to stamp it off once. We're going to stamp it off twice, because Gray Granite tends to be a little bit heavier, and I wanted a lighter one so you could see the light bunny, right? So there is that. Then the next thing, oh, I did lose. Oh, I did lose something. That's all right. We've got it right here so we can fix it. Okay. I'm looking for my grass. So let's close up the gray granite. Let's close up the crumb cake. I'll probably find it after the card is done, but it's all good. So I'm going to open up Old Olive, and I'm going to ink the taller grass up and stamp it. And then I am going to ink up, oops, not this one. Ugh. Oh my goodness, and of course it's a hard one to close. Sorry, did not need that one yet. Old Olive again, and we're gonna stamp that. And then there is this funky looking stamp. It has a lot of, I don't know, bumps on one side and it's more rounded on the other. So I ink this up and I stamp it off and I use it for the grass to give the grass a little bit of base. I don't know if that's what the artist designed it for, but that's what I'm doing with it. Okay, and now I'm going to do something that you're all going to hate me for, and that is fussy cutting. Yep, I know. See, I told you were going to be mad at me. And I'm probably out of camera, and I'm sorry. I get to crafting, you guys, and I forget that I am doing something that maybe you guys would like to see. Yeah. So we're just going to fussy cut this one out here, because this is the one I lost. When I said no worries, we'll fix it. There is that. And so you're going to fussy cut all of these images out, okay? And through the magic of television, I already did that, but I needed this one, okay? So what I am now going to do is bring my base in. Here, I'm going to show you real quick. Oh, there's my rock. Don't lose that. Okay, so I'm going to show that picture again. See, we've got all of these to do in the background. So I'm going to bring in my Balmy Blue and open it up. And I'm going to ink up our swag. And I'm going to stamp one here. And then you're just kind of move these about on your paper, different directions. You don't have to put them all the same way, right? You want some running off the edges, because that just adds a little bit more character. So we're going to do that, and yeah, 2, 4, 6, yeah, we're going to stop. Now I'm going to bring this one in. That is also in here. Let me see this. Nope. We're going to take this and we're going to stamp it off and then stamp on top. And look, this is not going to match up. It is not meant to match up, to line up. It's abstract art, which is cool because you don't have to be perfect with it. And that is the best thing of all, right? So there is that. See how easy? Okay, so now we are ready to put this card together. Oh my goodness, I even had a ribbon done for this one, a bow, and it has disappeared as well. Oh, there it is. Found it. It was stuck to my sticky note. There we go. Okay. So let's take our 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. We are going to put adhesive on here. This, if I can get a hold of it, is going to go across the bottom of our liner. And yes, I know the inside of my card is white, And you could go ahead and stamp or do something right on the inside of this, right? But I like how when you layer another piece inside of it, to me it just looks a little more polished, and so that's what I wanted to do. So now I'm going to take my 3/4 inch piece by 3 3/4, put adhesive on the back of this, and then this strip is going to go right about here, okay, like so. Then we have all of our images, and so I am going to start with these guys, and I need some dimensionals. So let's get some dimensionals going here. And I like to use the edging of my dimensionals as well. Oops. And let's put a couple on the deer. And I want to edge piece as well over here. Now you can see, yep, you notice, right? I didn't like the way the one side turned out, so I flipped it over, stamped it again, and ta-da! Nobody ever knows. If you don't tell them, they're not gonna know. So don't give away all of your secrets, guys. Okay, so let's take our rabbit. Our rabbit is going to go over here, like so. We need our deer, and our deer is going to go over here. And now I'm wondering if I should have put this guy on first. Nope, it's gonna work out just fine. So this one I am going to glue flat. So we're gonna take, you know what else I lost? Gosh, I did lose more, because I had a piece all cut for my greeting. I'll tell you what's gonna happen is, as soon as I'm done with my live and I stand up, it's gonna show up. Isn't that the way it always goes? Oh dear. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. I did remember to bring my paper trimmer over here so I can grab another piece. I needed to pick that up. Okay, so this is going to go in here like so. And then I have this one that's going to go over here. And this one, I would like a little dimensional for. So I'm going to go down to this side and cut the edge off, and this one is going to go in here, but I have this at the top, and so I am going to slice off a thin, hopefully it's small enough, dimensional to plop onto there, peel off the backing. This is going to go on here like so. And now that greeting piece that disappeared on me, oh golly, I'm telling you, see, even when I get ready, I'm not ready. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I need, it was 3/4 of an inch. Oh, I was like, what am I feeling? 3/4 of an inch, and it was by, where's my greeting? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? That's on the blue. It's this one. Needs to be 1 3/4. There we go. See? All good. We'll fix it. We'll get there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bring in my foam mat. Back in so I can stamp my greeting. And I need my crumb cake. Open this up and ink up my greeting. And stamp that in the middle of my paper like so. Now we need a couple more dimensionals. So put one there, put one there. So even though this is different, and I'll show you the difference, this is where I got my idea, and then this is going to go over here like so. And now we just need to put on that bow that I keep losing and get a glue dot. And then I'm gonna wad that glue dot up so that it fits under the knot on the bow, and it is going to go over here. So there is card number 1. So now let's show you what they did. Here's theirs, okay? So you can see they used a different designer paper. They used a die from one of the die sets, and they changed the color of the grass here. So I just wanted to make my grass green. So there is where the inspiration comes. So that's what casing a card, we lovingly call it casing, copy and share everything, C-A-S-E. So that's where you get inspiration from. So everything doesn't have to look exactly like the card you got it from. Whatever that picture inspires you to do, that's what you do. Okay? So there's card number 1. Card number 2, we are starting with a piece of Mossy Meadow, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. You second guess yourself too when you do things. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So this is 8.5 again by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. So we're going to burnish this. There's our card base. Then I took a piece of designer paper that was 4 inches by 5 1/4, right? Hold on. Now I'm second guessing myself. No, it was 5 1/4 by 1, 2, 3 3/4. 5 1/4 by 3 3/4 was the original. See, this is why I'm second guessing myself. Because what I did after I cut it out to that measurement, I cut into 3 equal strips of 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay? So again, that was 5 1/4 long by 3 3/4 inch wide. Cut each strips then down to 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and your last one will end up being 1 1/4. So all 3 strips are 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay? All right. Then I need a piece, again, basic white for the liner. That is 3 3/4 by 5. Same designer paper, 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. I took a piece of Old Olive, which is the color buddy, the color next to Mossy on the color wheel. That is Old Olive, 4 1/4 by 1/2. And then I took a piece of basic white that was 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 and cut out a circle from the Stylish Shapes. And then you're going to need some scrap white for your stamping, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to do a little bit of assembling on this one first because there's more pieces, and you know me, I like to lose things, right? So I am going to put this on here first. Then I'm going to set this one on here just to get my spatial relation of where I want everything to go. Seriously? I dropped it. Hold, please. Oh, golly. Okay, so this one is going to go on here. Right about so. And I turned my cardstock, even though the stripes are end up going to be up and down versus side to side. It is easier for me to get my space the way I want if I turn it the other way. So this is the direction the card is going to be. Okay, and then I'm going to take this 1/2 inch by 3 3/4, and then this one is going to go on here like so. And then I am going to put adhesive on the back of this because this is the liner for my card. And this is going to the inside like so. Okay? See, we've dwindled those pieces down. Less to lose, right? As Dawn lovingly calls them, losables. And she's exactly right. That's exactly what happens. They are called losables. That is for sure, Dawn. Okay, so now we are going to open up our old olive ink. And I'm going to ink up the larger of the grass fronds. And I'm going to stamp that one there. Then that piece that I said kind of helps fill in the grass, I'm going to ink that up again, stamp down here, and stamp it under it. See how it looks like it's more grassy? I just think that's so clever. Love it. Okay, I want my gray granite. Yes, I know my green is still open. I'm not done with it. Oh, I lost my rock. And it's teeny tiny. Okay, so I'm gonna ink up my gray granite, and I am going to put a rock right there. And I had, let's see if it's on here maybe. Nope, on the bottom. Nope. Was it on the crumb cake? Nope. Oh my goodness. It was here. I had peeled it off from something. I guess today's class is all about how many things can you lose on one live. That should be a game show, right? Okay. So instead of continue looking for it, I am going to take my sticky note and I am going to show you how you can make a mask, because that's why I am looking for it. So I'm going to take that rock. I know it's sticky up here, so I'm going to stamp that up toward the sticky. And this is a cool thing to do if you don't have dies. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut just inside of that outer edge of the image, okay? And you do not have to be perfect with this, okay? And you're gonna see why here in just a minute, okay? So just quickly cutting that off, all right? So now you've seen how to create a mask. So I'm gonna bring this in. This mask is gonna go back on top of my rock, and when you do that, can you see that outer edge of the rock that's stamped under it? That is what you want to see. Do not try to line that up with the top edge of the image that was stamped on the white, because you want a little bit of a gap there. So watch. So when you ink up this grass and you stamp it, you want it to be on top of that rock. But this is where the magic happens and why you want it covering. See that? A little bit of that was showing, but it lines it up right with the top of the rock. So now that rock looks like it's sitting in front of that grass. That is why I did that. Isn't that cool? So that is called masking. So that's how you can build depth to your picture. And so now, let's see, I need a scrap piece again, and I need my Mossy Meadow, and I'm looking for my other greeting. And before I stamp my next animal, I'm going to take my greeting in Mossy Meadow and come all the way over to my far left side looking through, and there is my greeting. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to close this one up. Okay, and now for my goose. Oh, look, there it is. Found it! Told you, you always find them afterwards, right? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to take my goose, ink it up, stamp it on here. And the reason I'm doing so much fussy cutting, because this is the product of the month, and we do not get dies. No, it's just a stamp set, but that's okay. You don't have to have. I'm going to stamp the goose off twice. Bring this back in here. Again, look through the block to know whether you're lining it up or not. Okay, there's my goose, and through the magic of television, I had already had another one, and I cut that goose out. So now we are down to putting the rest of this together. And so I am going to put adhesive on the back of our greeting strip. And then this, don't do it. This is going to go down here like so. And I want that on first. It does hang over a little bit. It's just slightly bigger. Just open up your card. Give that a little trim. Okay, all good. I want dimensionals on this. Okay, and so we're going to put dimensionals on here. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my ribbon, or twine rather. So I'm looking here. My words are guiding me on where I am going to place this. And now I need some dimensional on our goose. So I know I need a half of a dimensional, so I'm using the edge. And it is going to go up here on his head. I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to use another half. Kind of, sort of, down here on an angle, just to give them legs a little support. Okay, all the backings are off. And our goose is going to go on our card just like so. I should have done one more thing, but it's okay. We're gonna go for it. I need this, not the cloud or the rock, not that filler. There it is. It's the one that we did the grass with. I'm going to do something. I'm going to ink this up. Again, stamp off, and now I'm going to put something there. Again, stamp off, and put something over there. Ink it up one more time, stamp off, and up there. Doesn't it look like clouds are in the sky behind him. So see those, what do you want to call it? The non-image stamps that are in that set work out great. I am going to do 6 inches here. Work out great for being creative with, right? So don't limit yourself. I'm going to trim this, and then I am going to take this. I held 2 pieces together, and I'm going to do it one more time and see. Yep, there we go. See, I wanted a little bit bigger of a knot. And this is going to go right down here. So now I just need my glue dot. Oops. Glue dot sticking to me. Put this under the glue dot. Put that on there. And you can give this a little bit of a trim. Put those down. There we go. There is card number 2. We have one more card to go today. I planned 3 because I knew with the masking and everything, it would take us a little bit longer. So this last card is 4 1/4 by 11. This is going to end up being the same size card. We're just cutting our card base, our card stock that we got that starts out at 8 1/2 by 11. You cut it in half either direction, either widthwise or lengthwise, and you get the perfect size card. This one is what I refer to as a tent card. You burnish, and now this one is going to open up this way, okay? That's why I call it a tent, because when you stand it up, it kind of reminds you of a tent. So this is Night of Navy 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Now I need another piece of white that is 3 3/4 by 5 for the inside. Then on this designer paper, I cut a piece. Let's see if I can get, it was 4 by 5 1/4. And was it this way? This way? I think it was, no, it was this way. I'm trying to remember how it was together is what I'm looking for. No. There. I'm looking how the pattern lines up. So I cut this down so that I had, this piece was 2 by 5 1/4. And then I needed one that was 1 by 5 1/4. And this, the third one would be 1 by 5 1/4, but this one is going to go this way. So I'm flipping them upside down. Okay. Then I needed a piece that was 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 for basic white. I cut a circle. And then I needed one more piece of this designer paper that was 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. Okay, so this one we are going to put, this is the 1/2 inch strip. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. This is going to go on our 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of white. Again, this is our liner. Put adhesive on the back of this. Okay. And then this is going to go on the inside. And now we are going to adhere our designer series papers on here. And so I'm going to take my largest one first, put adhesive on the back, and I want 3 equal borders. That means I want just about the same margin on the left, the right, and the bottom of it. Okay, so that one's going to go on. This one is going to be the reverse side of the designer paper. Again, it's 1 by 5 1/4. Yes, and this is going to go here, like so. And my last one, that is 1 by 5 1/4, put adhesive on the darker side. And this is going to go over here like so. So that's what we've got so far. Okay, so now we are going to do our stamping, and we are going to do some masking again. Okay, so on this one, the first thing I am going to do is I am going to stamp my deer in crumb cake. So I'm going to ink up the outline of the deer, and it is going to go right down here just like that. And I'm going to find the filled in image, ink it up, again stamp off, and line up my image. And I'm not over the top, so hopefully, hey, not too bad. We're going to stamp that. Now, ahead of time, is it still here? Yes, it is. I went ahead and did another mask, just like I did that rock. But as you can see, I stayed right on the line, so, or just inside of the line, so that when I put my mask of my deer down on the stamped image, again, I can see the outline of that stamp behind them, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take my Old Olive, and I need my tall grass. I'm inking it up, and it is going to go right over here like so. And I need that fill-in ground for under it. Ink it up, stamp it off, and it's going to go on here like so. Okay, now I'm done with the olive. Okay, I am going to open up the Mossy Meadow and ink that up. And this one is going to go right over here. And just like I just did on the big one, I am going to ink up the Mossy Meadow, stamp it off. This time I'm going to do it twice, stamped off, so it's a little lighter. Okay, and now with the mask still on, I am not done yet. I'm closing up my greens. I am done with those, but I want my Balmy Blue. And I'm looking for the background stamp that I used on the flowers on that first card. This is the fill-in piece. So again, I'm going to ink it up in Balmy Blue. I'm going to stamp it off. I'm going to do one over here, ink it up, stamp off. Do one over here, ink it up, stamp off, and do one over here. Again, creating a sky, right? And now I am going to open up my Night of Navy and my greeting. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and so I can see a little better. So hopefully I get that straight. There we go. And here comes the magic. Are you ready? Let's peel off the deer. Looks like he's got grass on him, right? Watch. Nope, he just moved to the front. Isn't that cool? I think masking is so fun. It just, yeah, it's cool. So on the back of here, I am looking for my tape runner and my stamp and seal, and I don't have it. So what I'm going to do is just take some tear and tape. I'm going to put a piece on here, put a piece on here, and then peel this. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, where's my take your pick tool? There it goes. Take your pick and get under there. So cool. Okay, so that's going to be the top. So I know that I want, this is going to go this way. Oh, come on. Press it down. This is going to come out this way. Press it down. This is going to go this way. Press it down. And then we're going to cut, oops. Cut that off. Okay, so because it's curling up, because I didn't take a tool and straighten it out, it's all good. Just put this down, and I want to do it this way. Okay? There's always more than one way to do things, right? So again, all right, so there is what you get, is you get these threads kind of out here. So now I'm going to use dimensionals, and we are going to put dimensionals up on here, and I'm going to put a couple in the middle because of that. So let's take these off. Right? So my greetings are already on here. My images are on here. So now I just need this, and this goes on here like so. There we go. And you can give this a little trim as well. There we go. There is card number 3. So card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. What do you guys think of the product of the month? Isn't that cool? See what I mean about these make great guy cards? How fun. So this stamp set is a lot of fun. The more you play with it, I'm sure the more you will fall in love with it. The designer paper, again, that I used today is called Nature's Walk. So the product of the month, how you get it, again, $75 order. So you can add your Nature Walk on there. You can get the linen thread, the Stylish Shapes dies, and your inks, some cardstock, and you'll already be at $75 probably, so that you can add on the product of the month for $5. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, thank you, Dawn. I'm glad you like these. What was I going to say? Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next Friday. Yes? Yes. Yeah. I had to think. We have 3 more weeks until we're gone. So there is going to be, oh no, I get to do one right before then. It's the following week. Okay, never mind. I'll remind you. I'm going to be gone a week in April. So I'm putting the cart before the horse. So I'll let you guys know when that time approaches. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.